we declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. Believe in yourself, and the rest will fall into place. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed. The only way to deal with this life is to find your passion, pursue it unapologetically, and make your mark on the world.
All I represent in my confidence. I am the greatest. I cannot lose. I'm pretty. And every man believes he's the greatest. Every man would like to be the greatest. Many want to say this, but they fear it. And they see this in myself, and some hate me for it, and some love me.
It has a price. And leadership has a price. So I pulled people along when they didn't want to be pulled. I challenge people when they don't want to be challenged. Once you join the team, you live at a certain standard that I played the game. And I wasn't going to take any less.
The lesson I cherish the most is how important it is to love what you do. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off. I once had a guidance counselor tell me that I shouldn't play basketball, that it would never amount to anything. His negativity towards me made me strong. You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming reality.
Well, for me, I mean, yeah, you visualize where you want to be and what you want to accomplish, and you kind of get lost in the process of day to day, grinding it out and working, pulling on ours if you have to. It's just about not losing vision and not losing sight of what you're trying to accomplish, no matter what hurdles you have to go through.
Yeah, I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
Nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. This is what I learned. Everybody that you fight is not your enemy, and everybody that helps you is not your friend. That's what life taught me.
What to do with your money, and what would it be? You got to bet on you. It's so funny that you believe in others. You would bet on others. You would support others. You would be there for others. You would even lie at times for others. But when it comes to you, you take a darn back seat. I don't understand it. I'm going to bet on me. I'm going to believe in me because I know what I got inside me. I'm going to bet on me regardless of what you think. I'm going to be there for me regardless of you there.
And we back.
Yes, sir.
Episode 2.
Yes, sir.
Who
Yes,
approved this shit?
First of all, I want to shout out to everybody who tuned in to episode 1. We appreciate y'all time, man. Hopefully y'all keep rocking with us. But yeah, we back, man. We back, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
We back. What's going on, dog?
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
You know, start off R.I.P. to Young Cheese, Gil's son.
Yeah, man.
We had just wrapped up the first episode on our way home, and I seen the unfortunate situation. I seen the shooting. It popped up on the Citizen app. I just didn't know it was Cheese until I actually got home.
Yeah,
and got settled in.
Joint, man. My condolences go out to Gil and his family. It's a childhood friend, man. So me, I know his pain all too well, man. So my condolences to him and his family, man.
Yeah, man.
It's goofy, man. It's on another level of goofy, man.
Yeah, his janaza was Monday that just passed.
Yeah.
You know, it was really nice. A lot of people came out.
Yeah.
You seen the video of the all the OGs came out to support Gil. They had like an old back in the day cypher. They all
at the crib,
linked up.
Yeah. I saw a clip of it.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I was messing with that big time.
Yeah, I saw that.
Gave me a little nostalgia kick.
I thought they was really gonna get busy back there for a minute, but they was playing around.
Yeah,
they was playing around.
I was waiting for it to get Mac Spade.
Yeah. And Bump was acting like he ain't had no bars. You had bars, Bump. You was acting like you couldn't remember nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Bump, man. But what's hot right now is these leaked jail videos
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah.
Seem like they like targeting Chicago rappers right now with the videos. Like most of these guys that's they coming out is the
It's all
Bezus,
it's all
King
Chicago guys. Yeah,
Von,
yeah.
Little J.
It started with Vine, right? The leaking of
Yeah,
Vine stuff,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the other kid,
Lil J.
yeah, Lil J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that even legal? Like who approved this?
That was that's what I want to know. That was my question because when I watched it and I'm sitting there looking and I stopped watching, I said, yo, like, is this legal? Like, can they just leak these Jones out like that?
I don't know, bro. Like it's to the point where like something ain't right. And then
That's obvious something ain't right.
If it's being allowed, because it's not just the Instagram page. They got a YouTube. So they're about to monetize and get money off these videos.
I saw on there they said that you could go to the YouTube page because it was like I guess it's
a longer version.
Yeah.
Like they put both the videos together.
Yeah.
Like it
I
was
didn't
a
go
fight
to the
video,
YouTube page though. Yeah.
and then the body cam interviews, and then they asked them do they want to press charges, all that type of stuff.
So one of the videos I saw was with the King Von video, right?
Which one?
The one where he was pretending to be.
Oh, okay, yeah, to go to PC.
Yeah, so a lot of people in the comments when I first saw that is mixed, right? I understood what he was doing when I first saw it. I picked up on what he was doing, but my thing was a lot of people took that and ran with it and just labeled Main Man that. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
But the thing about it is like we can't think that everybody been to jail. That's one.
Right.
Two, people don't understand that you can get charged if you making false claims that's not believable.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So like he was in a position where once he took that step, he had to sell it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But they got him in there putting hands on people.
Yeah, for sure.
The man slipped out of his handcuffs and punched on the man.
Now, all right. Now speaking on that, the average criminal can't pop out of no cuffs. You gotta practiced that and done it before. He was in real time.
Do you think the cuffs was loose already?
No, he popped them. He walked over in the corner with a guy and used his cuff situation to pop his, and commenced to putting hands and feet on a guy supposedly because he had a tattoo. One of his homies as a tattoo. Yeah. So it's like, well, the moment when I seen him pop out the cuffs, I knew he was a jailer. Yeah. He jails. So the first video we seen when he was making his false claims so that he could go to PC, it made more sense. See, I seen him make the statement first to try to get off that block.
Right.
I didn't see him pop the cuffs. Moment that I seen pop the cuffs, usually the only people who pop the cuffs are people that go to the hole a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, prime example, the Bloods from New York. Mm-hmm. You hear them talk, they always talking about popping cuffs because most of the time they bid in the hole. Right, so when they get a chance to get at anybody, as they say, make a movie.
Yeah. They're going to do it. They're going to do that.
They know how to pop out of them. So for him to be all the way in Chicago and he popping out of cuffs, it's 9 times out of 10, he had a nice little veteran conversation with a brother that know how to put in work.
What's crazy is all of these guys wind up being in the same jail. The same, I don't know if they call them units, pods, or whatever they may call them out there. They all these guys that's going to, war, beef, or whatever they got with each other. They always wind up in the same areas, man.
Right, because the way that Cook County Jail is massive.
Yeah.
Like from my understanding, it's like 4 football fields or something like that.
I know it's huge.
Square. It's like for it to be a county jail is massive.
It looks like a state prison.
Yeah.
So
it's like they go to like Division 9. Like I hear Division 9 a lot.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's where a time span of about 3 years, a lot of them was on the deck with each other. Mm-hmm. The Rondos, the Zoo, and all of them guys. Even 051 Melly, he was a guy.
Yeah, they had a video. It was a few guys on there with the 051 in front of their names. Yeah.
Because they are like considered the low end, like where the Caprini Green and all of that, where they was at. A lot of them migrated there first. And so everybody is from the low end originally. Like all of these guys are from it. Just to do a little Chicago origin kind of thing from from my understanding. Their mothers and fathers are from them projects, Cabrini Green and all of them.
Right.
And then they migrated to the lower end, which is the lower numbers, like 39th Street, the 44th and all that. Well, once you get the 44th or 45th, that's like Bezu, the THF guys.
Right.
They the ones that's locked in with Little Dirk in them.
Okay.
So, and then the Little J's are their opposition or enemies, and they only 2 blocks away.
I would have got smoked. It's too much. It's too much for me to remember.
It's a lot going on.
It's too much for me to remember the numbers and who's with who and what blocks and all that. I'd have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, man.
Right. See, the thing that put me onto it was a young rapper named Young Pappy. And like he was like real good. Yeah, he was like real good at rapping. And I was just like, why the youngest rap with so much conviction? Like he like it was almost like a rage. Man,
you put me on that joint when we used to play the game, right? And ever since the first time I heard that joint, I was stuck on that joint.
Because you can hear the conviction.
Yeah, Young Boy's like he's one of the few, like, you know, like you said, the conviction. You can listen to a guy. Some guys, they just know how to make it sound good.
Right.
But some guys, you could really feel the conviction. He was one, like every bar, like I said, like he meant everything he was really saying. Yeah. I started looking up like a couple more of his joints, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this kid, he could really rap.
Yeah.
Like he could really rap.
You know, God rest his soul, man. Some of these young guys, that from Chicago, they lost their life a little bit way too early, and that kind of basically like, you know, we there now, you know. It's like I used to be on YouTube 2011 up until about 17, and I was watching Chicago become Chicago, and
I wasn't as hip
was.
as I am now, but I used to, you know, peek at it and see what was going on. I think I started really paying attention to it when academics used to talk about it.
Right. And that's what kind of made me go a little deeper, because I felt like academics was a square and he didn't really understand what he was recording.
Yeah, I think
that if he would have put a real perspective to it, he would have still got the same attention that he got. But being as though he tried to make fun and make light of it, he looks insensitive to the subject matter.
Do you think that the bloggers who report on their actions, do you think that they have a hand in some of these guys losing their lives from the reports?
Yeah, new bodies. Because you got to understand, humiliation is half the reason why they out here doing what they doing, being embarrassed and insecure. These young guys is not out here really fighting for anything but their pride.
What's the other kid name that lost his life? That used to do that. He used to go to the hood with the camera.
Zach TV.
Zach TV.
Yeah, man. Zach
TV.
was a bad John.
Yeah.
They did.
Now he was like really right there, like with them guys on the camera, and they was talking
Chicago
about
guy.
but it was like he was with these guys talking about these guys like right up the road, like, you know what I'm saying? Then he'd go up the road and get those guys and talk about, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, that's what they was talking about on camera with us, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it kind of fuels it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's no doubt about it that it fuels it, because, you know, you gotta look at it like they're not teasing each other about their sneakers.
Oh no.
They're not calling each other bums, and they dissing each other dead.
Yeah. That's another level.
That allegedly they had hands on. Can you imagine that? If when we were growing up, if a guy who did something that fatal to one of our friends would drive through the block and roll down the window and say, "Pick your dead homie
No,
up."
hell no. Hell no.
Like, I don't even feel comfortable saying that. You know what I mean? Like, it just, like, just saying that line right there, it feels uncomfortable.
I don't think our hearts were that cold, or niggas had that much malicious intent in their body to even say something like that to somebody, bro.
No, because we always believe that if we gonna go that far, it's because we had to.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to brag about. It's nothing to brag about going to that further extent with a problem.
Yeah.
Because problems are supposed to be solved.
Not condoning murder in the least bit.
No. It's not. It's not at all.
My thing is not condoning it, but when did it become cool to glorify it?
Yeah,
what made it cool to brag about taking a life? Most people, you know, if they were pushed to that limit and had to do that for whatever reason, it was for one, it was kept under wraps because they didn't want nobody to do it, and two,
Right.
they wasn't trying to go to jail.
And they were in a state of paranoia.
Facts. Like how many guys we know when we came up that got into situations that deep, and they stepped off for a long time. Yeah, you stopped seeing them.
You stopped seeing them.
And then it started being a rumor, such and such, he rode through here today and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Eventually
These dudes,
U.S. Marshals picked them up, and then somebody be like, yo, guess who came through the county? Like, who? Little so-and-so. Like,
level,
they
man.
grabbed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they grabbed him all the way in Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They grabbed these guys from their mother house,
right?
The girlfriend house, their homeboy house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. Man.
Are you familiar with Amin Hurst? The little young guy went to jail when he was 16 for 4 homicides. He allegedly shot one of them outside the CFCF, outside of the jail.
Is that the one where the kid was just getting out that night or something?
Right.
And lost his life?
And he just recently broke out, and he was out of jail for about 10 days.
And
he got caught with his mom and his brother.
Yeah, bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, Amin Hurst, is basically the perfect example of how we just forgot about our kids for a moment. Because he's still a kid, 16 years old, 4 murders.
Yeah.
Not 4 scuffles, not 4 altercations, 4 murders. He can that's it's almost like Unforgiven.
What's the mind frame of a 16-year-old with
At
4 murders?
At that point.
What's his mind frame?
How do you sit him down and let him know to stop? Or can he stop at that moment? Like, not stop killing, because anybody can stop doing that. It's a choice. Yeah. But can you stop living that lifestyle? Yeah. Can you remove yourself from it? Yeah. Does he guilt himself to the point where he feel like he has to now vow to the street?
I was going to ask you, is there any remorse?
Is he's going to vow him? Because a lot of these dudes, man, they don't see themselves no bigger than the streets. So when it comes to them, usually that's where they die at, because that's where they put themselves at. They don't look no further than the street.
Once that wall come up of I won't live past this age, like you said, the wall of no going no further than the street. Once those type of walls and stuff starts coming up, there's no way out of that, man. So for a 16-year-old, the first time he probably did it, and then the second time, it's no turning back, bro. Yeah. Them that 3 and that 4, you may God rest those people's soul, but they were easy.
Two of them was on camera. One of them was a rapper, youngin, called himself like Namir or something. Mm-hmm. They got that on videotape. And the other one was the little comedy young guy from Frankfurt, Woo Biddy.
That was on the live, right?
Yeah, that was on live. And it's just like, man, so much lost potential, because we still talking about a rapper and a comedian. These young guys. Yeah. So much years to get better as a rapper, so many years to get better as a comedian. And then you got Amin, who got so much passion to do so much negativity. If he was focused to do anything positive, he could have got it. Because if he was determined to do something bad, he could have definitely, with a transfer of energy, he could have definitely did something right. They got videos of him being in Glen Mills, being humiliated, choked, and stuff like that.
I definitely see that type of shit can play a part in it. That definitely could play a part in his mind frame and stuff like that. Because if you go through those type of things, you don't have anybody to talk those, to catch you early to talk about those things, or try to get that stuff off your chest. You're going to carry that with you. So once you start carrying it with you and getting into different situations and mesh all that together, that's probably what turned him into what he is, man.
Yeah. You feel like the way that negativity is promoted, that it became fashionable now, since they got the Pooh Shiesty mask and all this other stuff.
Yeah, because you look now, like all the youngers is wearing black. Is they wear black?
Yeah, Under Armour.
Yeah, Under Armour, Nike sweatsuits, Puma, Adidas, whatever kind of uniform. It's the uniform. It's the new uniform.
For sure, it's definitely a uniform.
I seen a youngin 2 days ago. He had the whole sweatsuit on with the hoodie on. It's 96 degrees outside. And he ain't have a trickle of sweat coming down his face.
And my question is, so many of them that's in that lifestyle now do it. How is that like disguising yourself at this point? Like, it's almost singling you out now.
Yeah, definitely. It gives you you're marked, your target. At least to the law if they own it, and to I guess your ops or, other guys who are in that lifestyle, they see you in the uniform, they assume that, you into what they into. To me, it's just foolish. It's foolish. It's something I don't think that we will understand because we wasn't raised like that, and this is not our era. So it's something that we don't understand, and we wouldn't understand. To me, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, we at a point where we really got to regroup citywide. Like, we can't look at this as a nation problem first. We got to focus as a city. Everybody got to tap in. Philly, Baltimore, DC, Chicago, any urban city right now, because if you go check the stats, the murders are up. They're not down.
But the question is, right? Once we tap in, where do we start? You know what I'm saying? Where do we start? Because it's always going to be rebellion, some type of way. It's always going to be some of that. You understand what I'm saying? So how do we start, begin to progress and move forward and still deal with that?
Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to address what it is. And what it is right now is the lack of resources at that age. From the age 14 to 18 right now in Philadelphia, they have absolutely nothing, right? Then if you're American, you have to have some type of currency to do something. So they don't even have no way of making money.
For sure.
Because they can't really get a legal job because they're not even old enough to have one.
Right.
So the next thing you're going to do is go to the hustle. You can bag up groceries. You can do the lawns, and when the snow come around, you can get your little shovel on. Yeah. But what do you do once them situations when the grocery store telling you, no, you can't hang around no more because your other peers is shooting shit up. And you can't, do every lawn because it's not no lawns in your neighborhood.
Right.
And then the snow only come around seasonal.
Right.
So your alternatives are very slim to none. Then you start relying on the homies. Because your other homie, he doing dirt. So he got a few dollars. He can buy you a cheesesteak platter for the next 2 weeks. But eventually he's going to sit you down and have that talk.
So what about the resources that are available that are not being taken advantage of?
I think we need to take all the money that we give to WITSEC for snitches and give them to teenage gang members for relocation to get them an opportunity to change their life. Not none that committed any crimes that, no severity, but
the ones that might still have a chance.
Right.
Right.
We got to take that WITSEC money and give it to them. Because I feel like a snitch should never be rewarded. Did you know Alpo? Alpo almost got 100 and something from them folks and a new spot with a job and all that?
I showed online one day on the morning show how much these guys make depending on your level of rat.
Yeah. So
they have it based to where they have guys who are street level rats, right? They may get the time knocked off, the all the regular stuff like that, right? Then you got the next level rat who's middleman and then running around in the street looking good. They send him from town to town and all that.
Right.
He gets somebody booked here in Philly. The case goes over. They send him to New York. Same thing. They send him to VA. You know how it goes on and goes on. Then you got the next level rat that's in with the where it come from. These guys is making 6 digits a year, lining people up.
They were setting up some rats with businesses.
Man.
With a whole business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything that we see,
tire shops and all
everything that we seen Alpo on that bike with the custom Louis Vuitton print and all that, ain't no street dudes gave him no bread. He was already set up when he came home.
Yeah. For sure.
This come from Troy Reed, the guy who does journalism and was practically best friends with Alpo for 10 years. His last 10 years of his business.
No, I believe that.
Up until the day that he died. So I don't have Troy as being a tattle or anything but a guy who sticks to the facts, and he's pretty good at documenting stuff.
I believe it because a dude such as himself, I don't care how many people are scared of you. They don't want to deal with you, man. So ain't nobody just going, because you home, they just going to lay it on you. So I definitely agree when you say them people laid it on him and got him right. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, they got that boy tight.
Yeah, sure.
He up.
And let him run around.
Well, he passed away, but he was cool buying trucks and cars and all that, and he left Maine where they had him hiding at to come back to Harlem like he was sticking his chest out.
Yeah, they let him run around, man.
He was bold.
They let him run around, but this is going on every day, everywhere, man. You see what a lot of these rappers, too many to name, but you see what a lot of these guys going through with these RICOs and these indictments and these young boy, what's his name, Quando Rondo, he just got caught up for something. So it's like, to me, it's like to be blessed with a gift, to be able to get money or whatever to change your life.
Right.
All the things you've been through where you just sat broke when you were younger and you looked at cars ride by or watched things. You said, I'm going to have that. I want that when I get older. I want the big crib. So now it comes a time in your life that you're doing something that you're blessed with to obtain these things, to change your life from all that shit like that. And now you want to up the bullshit. So now y'all make more money. Y'all want to go get more hammers. Y'all making more money. Y'all want to go get more pounds. Y'all making more money. Y'all want to recruit more people. It's just lining you up to do more time in jail.
But do you
like
believe,
I just don't want that be.
Do you believe that a lot of them just get a blessing that they can't understand at the moment because they living in the moment? Like a lot of them dudes are like really gang members.
No, for sure. But
you don't just turn it off.
You can't turn it off. But there are guys who are gang members who are actors, athletes, all kind of shit.
Right? No,
they're
that's
not
true.
active.
That's true.
But they're members.
But the rapper, he's attached to a bravado. He's not attached to a touchdown.
No, not at all. I think the rapper is more. They glorify it more to because I think they think that's what it is, or they want to be over top of the other guys and be. Everybody want to be the king on the hill. So.
Right. That's a point. That's a great point. I was just thinking about that. Do you think they still tapped into it because the position that they get after they get so much money, they almost become like a shot caller?
Yeah, I think that once the money comes, I think that they realize that my position, I can, I could be elevated.
Yeah, because I don't think, just for example, like a Lil Durk, I don't think Lil Durk in the street was like so tapped in that he was like the big dog, but he's a big dog now.
Yeah, for sure.
By default, you know, he in a position
now,
he can definitely help people.
Now the default, by default.
Right.
That part right there can be confusing to somebody. That's something landing in your lap like that.
Right.
And now it's kind of, you got to figure it out as you go. But for it to come to a point where it's like, yo, I talked to these people, boom, bam. They said they're going to do this, that, and the third. So we're going to be lit in about 2 months. 2 months go by, that actually happens. You had plans for that, so you could have rearranged everything. Even if you was going to remain in that lifestyle, there's ways you still could have rearranged everything. But the thought process is to the ignorant shit. Oh, we're going to get the Call of Duty joints now. We can get 50 of them joints now.
Right.
We could get, you know what I'm saying? So the mind frame goes to all up in the ignorant stuff.
Right, but okay, so look, scenario. You in the house, you make your first record. You know, the record that's going to blow up. This is in the future, though. You don't know it. You know, you make that record. You know, you out there in the street with the homeboys. You know, y'all sliding and gliding. And then that record pops off. The first thing you think about is now you have more money to protect your folks. Because just yesterday, they were sliding and gliding on $5 in a chicken wing platter.
No, that's a fact. But I do have more money to protect y'all, right? But this might be easier said, but me also paying attention to things that may have happened before,
right?
Or to people around me, I figured I look at like, okay, yeah, I can protect the family more now, but I gotta find a way, or we gotta find a way that we just can't go down that road. There's some other things we got to figure out that we can do that we just can't go directly down that road. That would be my thought process.
Right.
Now, not everybody's going to do it.
Right. That's the thing.
Right.
Now you got some homies that don't think like you. They don't even. They never even care that you Mr. Rapper.
Right.
Only care about the gang. They done got hit before. They done hit something before. This is all they see. Remember, the bridges, the walls that they create.
Yeah.
He's already got his walls up. He's just saying, yo, bro, just give me a dime, man. Let me go do what I do. Like all that, going on tour with you and all that.
He might be the guy to get the dime and just let him go do what he do.
Right.
But at the same time, what's more important, now or the family? What's more important?
Yeah, I mean, that's a double-edged sword. We done sat in a room full of ignorance before.
Yeah, for sure.
And loved everybody in the room. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard, man. Because like you said, you're going to end up giving him the dime. He going to go out there and do what he do anyway, whether you try to slow walk it or not, because everybody can't go.
Yeah. See, what I
MC
agree
Hammer
with,
proved that. Everybody can't go.
What I agree with is that you have dudes who are born in this life.
Right.
You have dudes who really live this life day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect whatever you go through, but you have guys who want to be down. They want to be a part of it because it looks cool. It's the thing to be a part of. Or a lot of guys are looking for some type of love or some type of attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the guys I be talking about. Guys who are born into it or been into it for a certain amount of time or who are really active and doing certain things. Not this new stuff going on, man. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. The new stuff that's going on makes anybody who had any type of law or credibility or any type of structure with that environment, it makes them look crazy. For anybody who came up and built any type of structure along with that, it make them look crazy, man.
Question. Do you think money and economics is really like slowing down the process of humans evolving mentally? Like, are we that caught up in the economic aspect of living life that we not really tapping into what we should be doing?
I think a large percentage of us are. I think a very large percentage of us are because everybody wants right now.
But what about the ones that's struggling to get it? They can't really focus on any type of
Yeah.
They running that financial race. I feel like economics is becoming a new form of slavery.
It is because it's pushing people to do more than they want to do. It's pushing people to, you got single women working 2 jobs physically and 1 job online.
And still can't keep $700 in savings. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
crazy.
When you look at the hardworking person like that, or the guy who gets off of work and then go to his other job, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at those people that are working 2 jobs just to pay the rent.
Are they really living life?
No, they're not. They're not. Now, everybody has something that's fun to them or something that they like to do, but I wouldn't call that living life. You know what I'm saying? I think that people look at those who have or those who appear to have, and they want that. Not only do they want it now. So it'll force somebody to say, you know what? I'm gonna go get me another job. And the few hours I'm off in between them jobs, I'm gonna do Grubhub. You know what I'm saying? It's people burning themselves out that are pushing themselves. You 30 and you pushing yourself to be 60, just working yourself to death.
I feel like humans don't tap into the potential of how far they can go far as consciously, because we believe that after we graduate out of high school, we don't have to learn anymore. I feel like we're so used to being pushed into a structure of some type of guidance that the moment that we get free will, we forget how beautiful it is. Like, once you finish with school and everything that you learn, now it's time to tap into applying it. But then you try to apply it with the job that you get. Usually if it's salary based, any job that's salary based depends on you, right? And then you got the jobs that's not salary based. They like not really paying you enough. So you stuck into this spot where you running a race to get some money that it's going to be here after you gone. And all the memories of you having is just going to be enjoying money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look how many people grow up, get money, and never go visit their parents no more.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Like you got people that like soon as they get any little bit of money, they pick up and move to a whole nother state. Don't want to live nowhere near none of their family or nothing. Like it's an escape.
So, not leaving the family part, but do you blame them for the way things are? Do you blame them?
No, I don't. But I feel like problems only continue to happen because all the good people leave. There's no more examples. And then the people who are consciously patient to help these situations be exhausted because so many people use them
Mm-hmm.
instead of appreciating them.
Mm-hmm.
So you in a limbo where should you help or shouldn't you?
Right.
And that's a stalemate. A stalemate is never a win.
It's hard now to pick and choose who you should help.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because of this economic race we run
Yeah.
in. If we wasn't so tied into money, people would feel like they have more time to try or more time to help.
Yeah, because everybody's thinking, how can I get it? I need it. I gotta have it. That's the constant thought all the time.
And then it's like, boom, you give it to them and you help them. Do they bend the corner and come back asking you again, or are they stable enough to understand that that was a one-time situation and they can capitalize off of it? Or maybe it wasn't enough to really do nothing. It was just an incentive to show that you care.
Mm-hmm.
But why does it still come back to money? Why can't things just be done because that's just the right thing to do? Life has no merit unless it's attached to a dollar sign.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm getting to. Like,
my question.
So many people died.
Yeah.
And nobody cares because of their economic status.
Right.
We only like celebrities because they got money. It's not because they're the smartest. And some of them that's talented are their talent that some of them get, they stole it. So unless you are actually athletic and you can prove to us you done these things, some of these guys, they really, you can't call them the geniuses that we think that they are. Because they might have stole from somebody that was not smart enough to do their paperwork and do their due diligence to be paid and compensated what they deserve. Now their passion is stripped from them because you done robbed them for their intellectual properties.
Burnt them out.
You know what I mean? And why did you do it in the first place? For money.
Yeah. My question be to people is, what do you want? Two questions. What do you want? What do you want to do? A lot of people say they don't know, right? Everybody has something that they want to do or something that they want to achieve. And my thing with that is I don't think people dive enough into that because of, one, the money, and two, perception. People are stuck on perception, bro. They it's like they just hung on to it. It's like, I can't go here unless I look this way. I can't talk to these people unless I'm with such and such.
Right.
I can't eat here unless I can afford the crab du jour. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's like people are afraid to be themselves, bro. It's like people, when they look in the mirror, they don't want to take that person in the mirror outside because they're ashamed of that person in the mirror. So the person that they done made up, they're comfortable with that. So for you to dig down, for a person to dig down and say, you know what? I'm gonna work this job or do whatever, and I'm gonna sit. Not saying everybody don't, because there's some people who do that. I'm gonna save my money and do whatever it is to do what I really want to do. And people lose focus chasing the money because it's like, oh, I got some money right now. Let me go do this. And he's like, they forgot about what they really wanted to do. So that's a setback at the setback at the setback. And now you lost sight of what you wanted to do. So now you caught up, you lost in the whirlwind now. And I think that's the problem. I think people really need to dig down and figure out, what do you want? What do you want to do?
My questions for people would be, when you laying there and you probably be on your little last, are you going to die without the what ifs and all that? Do you really want that to be your last moments of life?
Hell no.
Where you felt like you didn't live enough, you wasn't loved enough, you wasn't cared for enough, you didn't do enough. You know what I mean? Like you wasn't like, what do you want?
I don't want no regrets.
You can't like.
I want to minimize the regrets as much as possible.
Can you imagine how hard that is?
No,
that you are going over.
I can't.
To the other side, and you're crying because you felt like you didn't have enough time when God gave you more than enough. You know what I mean? Like it really be taking me through the loop. Like, bro, you really living like you like tomorrow is like for like going really
like people ignore the tomorrow's not guaranteed. They ignore that, bro. They ignore that. They ignore that. It's as simple as like you said, bro. Everybody it's the same. Go back to the same shit, man. Everybody got the same amount of time in the day, bro. Everybody got 24 hours. It's what you do with yours and what I do with mine. Bottom line. You did what you did with yours. Those are the results you got. I did what I did with mine. These are the results I got. That's it. It's simple as that. You choose to do what you want to do. Everything is about a choice, man.
So, segue into this, man. Who to you is the most influential black person or the most influential person for the black community in our lifetime?
I would have to say Martin Luther King.
You said King? That's a good one.
I would have to say Martin Luther King. I mean, we've had a lot of great leaders and people who stepped up and tried to, do things. But if I got to go overall for, to me, Martin Luther King really showed what he stood for. A lot of people speak what they stand for. He really showed it.
Yeah, no, he walked the walk.
So, for him to actually do all the things that, like that, to me, he's definitely the most influential. Now, like I said, we've had other people, great leaders come along and do things, but I think Martin Luther King, it's Martin Luther King for me.
Mine, Malcolm X.
I'm not mad at that.
Malcolm X.
I'm not mad at Malcolm.
Criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Murdered his father.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely could have segued into a crazy life of just a little B&E.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, got right with God, started walking that path, realized that his brothers was doing the right thing. They were unifying, but they was also separating.
Mm-hmm.
He learned better. He started to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Changed his name. Started to walk that walk. I feel like with another 10 years, Malcolm would have did some crazy work.
That's what I always say. I always say I would have loved to see what he would have done. Same thing with Martin Luther King.
Yeah, no.
As far as like the free, the racism and change and getting certain things changed in certain places and like just building upon that, and then it just get stopped. You know what I'm saying? It just halt. So I would have loved to see what he would have did in the next 10 years, just as well as Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to see what we would have had or what would have been there for us. You know what I'm saying? Or what opportunities we would have been allowed to have. I would have loved to see that.
Right. I feel like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Fred Hampton, he was killed.
Fred Hampton. Definitely Fred Hampton.
And probably Stokely Carmichael will probably be the 4. I think if they'd have got a chance to really sit down and do some work.
Them 4?
Them 4. Because, Stokely never spoke too much about how
that's
he
4
felt.
Powerful minds, man.
Very powerful. And that's what we need. We need more than one. I think
we have them. We have them. It's back to the King of the Hill thing. Right. Somebody wants to be, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and I'm black. They want to be the king of I'm black, y'all. They want to be the king instead of, like you said, putting the minds together.
You talking about the conscious wars.
I watched that.
I watched that crap too.
It's disgusting.
I didn't like it.
No, I didn't.
Sinetta beefs.
Yeah, I didn't like that. The Dr.
Brother
Umar and
Polites
the
and
other, what's his name,
Umar.
Tyreek and all those guys.
Yeah, Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, it's like
Pharaoh.
y'all have. It was a female mixed in that crap too. Y'all have some of the brightest minds of black people. Y'all are respected in a lot of different places, colleges, different states,
right?
Some countries,
right?
Y'all the ones that spark so many things, but y'all beefing. And y'all beefing over control. Because that's what it comes down to. It's over control. It's not over speeches. It's not over debates. It's over control.
Yeah, I had to fall back off of them because you can't sit there and have a debate about liberating people, but then you selling them shit.
Yeah.
Right?
And you taking shots at me while you speaking about it.
And then you selling them stuff that you're like depicting from the same books of the people that you consider the oppressor. So it's like, hold on, bro. You're learning from white philosophers about how to fight the European mindset and how we need to get back to the Meta Nature and the Nile Valley tribe in Mesopotamia, where which was Ethiopia, like learning our origins, but you using work from a white man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would love to like those guys, like the guys we named. I get what they do for the conscious community.
No, I get what they do for their pockets.
And spread. Well, we know that, but that's what I'm getting to. As far as speaking to, because you got people who are younger people who watch them and they study those things and they want to be like them.
Yeah, and they walk around with that pseudo behavior,
right. So
thinking that is the truth.
My question to them is, all of the talking and spreading this knowledge and all of this for black people, when are their feet going to be on land? When are their feet going to be on land to help the people?
When we stop selling hope.
Well, we know they sell that by the pound.
When we stop selling
they
hope,
sell that by the pound.
Because it's like you running into churches, certain churches, they selling hope. You run into these conscious brothers, they selling hope.
Mm-hmm.
Like Polite. Me and Polite have an agreement, and then we got a disagreement. Do I like the information that Polite puts out? Yes. Do I like Polite as a person? No. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. And I'm pretty sure he's okay with that too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't feel the need to attack him and drop blogs, 45-minute blogs about his personal business and all that.
Right.
Like, once I'm privy to the information, I act accordingly. Passing it on, I don't need to. The video that I'm watching on YouTube say 88,000 views.
Yeah. There's no need to. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, I feel like people like to throw fuel on the fire to get a little catch of the money.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be some financial gain in it.
It has to be.
It's going to be. It's going to be
the
some
American
financial
way.
gain. It's going to be some financial
It's the American way, man.
Right.
I just feel like, with Malcolm and Martin and all of them, I just feel like we would have had a better understanding of where we stood in America, because this generation would have had a chance to experience them brothers. They happened in the 60s, and they didn't make it out of the 60s. Like, people don't even understand that part.
Right.
Martin didn't walk for 15 years. Nope. They didn't let that man last 5.
Nope.
Malcolm, 5. Huey, 5. You know what I mean? Like, look around. Fred Hampton, 5. Up to John F. Kennedy, 5. You don't, when you consider yourself a leader and you want to use the L word, liberation, oh yeah, prepare for it. But then people got to understand, that was the time of J. Edgar Hoover.
Right.
That man was the devil on land.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And a lot of people don't want to have that conversation, because I don't even think they even knew that he was in the position that he was in. He's seen 9 different presidents come into office. So that means that he was there before all of the 8.
Yeah.
He was a very powerful individual, had wiretaps on everybody.
Mm-hmm. He had all the info, didn't he?
Did he?
He had all the info.
Did he? And you look at it, and he single-handedly took away the whole civil rights movement. Single-handedly. Yes, he had his agents, and he had his workers doing it, and only hiring black feds to infiltrate the nation and to infiltrate the Black Panthers and all of that. That's all Hoover work. All Hoover work. You know how we know it's all Hoover work? Because when he died, it never happened again.
Right.
Ironic. You think Obama would have made it 2 terms with a Hoover out there?
No, hell no. Definitely wouldn't have got a second run.
With a Hoover?
No.
Bro, J. Edgar was different.
You shut that down.
J. Edgar was different.
You shut that down. And we know that. If you don't know, look up J. Edgar.
Look him up. All them dudes from back in the day. What was them dudes from back in the day? Miles Lansky and all them niggas. He took all them out.
Yeah, Miles Lansky and them.
He ran down on all them. Hoover did them first.
He was one of the quietest dudes in the cut. He lasted for a long time just being quiet.
Bonnie and Clyde, all of them OG gangsters with the 1954
he started the
Fords and all that.
What was the
G-Men?
The G-Men.
The G-Men. Which turned into the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
That's what they was called.
He was smoking like, bro. He's a he's a big boy, big boy. Like, you might as well say he
Capone
was
Capone and all of them.
Yeah, he was Hitler over here.
Mm-hmm. In the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Listen, man, people can say what they want, but one thing we ain't gonna do is come up here and be too tied into our opinion. We got facts to back any of this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
We got facts to back any of this. At any time you feel like your fingers want to get to typing, get to Googling.
Yeah.
J. Edgar Hoover, and look at all the work he done.
And make sure you look at everything before you start saying and assuming. Make sure you check everything out.
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't, like, we might come up here and and get into our opinion, but it's backed by some facts. We ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna go off the lid.
No, you can't.
That man Hoover was dangerous.
Yeah.
Stop putting it on all them dudes.
Let me
so
ask
the only
you this,
other
though.
president that did some crazy dirt.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who was who was the Hoover of our era?
Our era, Bush.
All right.
Big Bush.
All right.
Big Bush. Body Bush.
Yeah.
He's a gay. Listen,
he definitely
let me tell you. And this ain't Bush Senior. We talking about baby Bush. We talking about little Bush. Little Bush was a gangster, bro. Like, he was a total gangster. He the only president that I ever known that told you what he was going to do, and you disagree, and he still did it.
Yeah, he did it.
He stepped on everybody.
He did it, man. He had no problems with this. This one of the things that made me turn my nose up at voting, right? I forget what year it was, but I know his brother was running in Florida. Clearly lost. With spread, like, you couldn't come back. They told all them people, we don't care. My brother won. They're like, no, he won. What's up? He's like, he won. He won. I said, yo.
Yeah, they jacked Florida.
Yeah, I said, come on, I'm done.
They ran
I'm
down
done,
on
man.
Florida.
When you could just do that, I'm done, man. I'm done, man.
Bro,
I'm done, man.
They
didn't do it like it didn't like come out years later. Right there, they did it right there. Like, main man, the boy who won, we didn't see him no more.
Kerry.
We ain't see him no more.
Yeah, they did him filthy.
We didn't even see him no more.
Listen, man, one thing for sure, and two is for certain. When they start playing, they know how to play. We watched them work. Years after years after years after years. The only thing we can tell y'all brothers, man, is to smarten up, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing this game and acting like you gonna get credits for life.
Nah.
You can't pop no quarters in and do it all over again. Live this one to the max. Love your family and try to pull them away from anything that is negative and wicked, because it's dark out there and it's only getting darker.
Yeah. And another thing y'all got to do, man, learn how to pray, man.
For sure.
Learn how to pray. Teach your children how to pray. You could teach them all the counting and the dances and all that. Teach them babies how to pray, man, because this shit gonna get worse for them. I hope and pray that one day it could change like a light switch and everything be fine, man. But the way these people with this money is, the way these newer people are coming up, and the way society is, it's gonna be worse for our kids, man. So anything you introduce your kids to new things, let see what they gonna pick up and what they gonna like. Whatever they start liking, back they play, man. No matter what it is, back they play, man. Because whatever that thing might be, that might be something to get them to look at life totally different and to keep them away from all this stuff they gonna have to grow up in, man.
Yeah, the only thing I can tell y'all new jacks, man, go on YouTube and just look at how y'all aunts and y'all great aunts and all that was moving in the 60s, man, in the 70s, man. Look at how much fun and how much love they had with less. And appreciate what you got now, man.
Yeah.
We up out of here, man. This is Who Approved This Shit, episode 2. It's only going to get better.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, my man Benny over there, you know, we decided that we was going to do this and we going to go hard. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know, the first episode,
go check that out, man.
We was a little bit light with the sports and all that. We're going to start tapping in and getting heavy, man.
Yeah.
I know a lot of good brothers that been tapping in and saying they want to come up here and sit down with us.
Yeah,
so we might have
got
to find
some
a way.
interviews coming. We
might have to find a way to get that extra seat up here.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out.
It's about to start getting real intense.
Real interesting, man.
I appreciate everybody that watches. I appreciate everybody that's looking forward to watching this. I appreciate everybody that's going to start watching this. But, you know, we're around.
Yes, sir.
And we stand on everything we say 100%. We mean it.
Facts. We out, man.
Close us out, man.
We out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We see y'all next week. We won't see y'all. Y'all will see us.
For sure.
Episode 1 is out now, man. Like I said, we appreciate y'all ears, man. Y'all time, y'all eyes watching us, man. And just lock in with us, man. It's going to get better, man. On gas, man.
Monday, 12 noon.
Stay tuned.
We out.